Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and I am back with another community question. This one's gonna be pretty interesting, especially if you are into, how videos get made and creators and all that stuff. This one comes from Michael on Patreon, and he asks, what are your favorite videos to make personally? I love this question because, as you guys know, I make a ton of different videos. But to help me answer this question, I did want to reach out to other creators out there and get their point of view first. And we're going to start with my good bud, Reggie.
My favorite videos to make, obviously, pickups videos.
Yeah!
They're so fun to put together, and your guys' reaction to them just brings a smile to my heart. So pickups videos, definitely. But if I had to choose another one, it would definitely probably be like top 10. I like seeing those type of videos and making those. So I try to do a lot of those on my channel. But yeah, guys, pickups is where it's at.
You got John Riggs here. My favorite types of videos to do on my own channel are when I go to video game conventions, anime cons, comic cons. I love being invited out to those. I love filming those and putting them on my own channel. Love to see what else is out there. But for me personally, my favorite kind of videos to do are these ones right here on the Metal Jesus channel, because you never know what's going to happen.
Medic!
Like and subscribe.
I think for me, my favorite ones are the ones where the games are actually fun and enjoyable to play versus a chore that take a lot of time and effort to get to scenes that I want to include in the video. And, like the criminally overlooked episodes that I do, or for Metal Jesus fans, that would be my version of his Hidden Gems videos, because there's always good games in there. I'm not a bad game isn't criminally overlooked. And, I like doing the end sketches on my videos just because they're fun and stupid, but that's just what I like to do.
The immortal John Hancock here, and I'm here to talk to you about my favorite videos I like to make, personally. I enjoy doing YouTube. I started out about 15 years ago, and I have evolved kind of what I like to focus on. And I use YouTube as like a creative outlet, and I really have enjoyed the videos that I've made recently, and a lot of them that I like to gravitate to is talking about homebrew and aftermarket games for classic consoles. I cover lots on my channel, and I really enjoy to dig deep into a game for the Sega Genesis, a game for the Nintendo, a game for Atari, and I'm also an independent game publisher, and so I really have enjoyed making those types of videos. Those are fun to take a classic console out and play a brand new game on it. That's fun. It's exhilarating to see what other programmers have done and made with limited hardware and specs. Those are the types of videos I like to talk about, show physical release of something. Absolutely fantastic. So those are the types of videos that I gravitate to want to make and share those with others.
So if I have to think about the favorite type of video to make at Digital Foundry, it's got to be the retro stuff. But it's a strange one because it's the most fun, but it's also far and away the most work. It just takes a lot of time and commitment, but it's the subject matter that really captivates me so much, and I just love putting all these flourishes into these videos, capturing everything, learning more about the history, sort of unlocking all my memories and the nostalgia in there, finding creative new things to do with cameras and effects, and just turning it into like a full-on presentation. And when it flows, it just feels great, and it's something I love to do. But obviously, again, over the years, you do this more and more, you start to increase the scope and size of the videos, and you realize when it's time to make a new DF Retro episode, you're kind of committing yourself for like a solid month, which is tough, right? So yeah, I love them. I love making it. It is my favorite, but there is that sort of dark side to it where it's just this is going to be a tough 3 or 4 weeks before it's out the door. So, but still, that's what I'm going with.
I'm Dan.
I'm Elisa.
And this is our JRPGLife. Our favorite type of video to make is anything related to completing a set of games.
Whether it's collecting all the Nintendo 3DS games, all the Persona games, all the working design games.
While we know what we're looking for, we never really know what we're going to find, and having that mystery really makes everything really fun.
That feeling that we get after finding the last game in our set that we're looking for is so exhilarating. Just makes us want to start a new set again.
We love to make lists that we can physically check off as well because we love that analog checklist satisfaction. It just feels great.
The most difficult part about game hunting is we come across all these other cool items that we want to buy, but sticking to the list keeps us focused and in budget.
And it adds a little bit of challenge, which is nice.
Kind of like a video game.
Yeah, it's like we're gamifying video game hunting.
Yeah.
I like it. The other added benefit to this kind of video is that it has a finale or an ending. So, you know, people can see the light at the end of the tunnel, including us, and then hopefully keep people watching, which would always be nice.
Because the couple that game hunts together stays together.
All right, here we are. We're back on MJR's channel. Thank you so much for freaking having us. Can't stress that enough. What are our favorite videos to make personally? We have been on this YouTube journey for like 7 years.
7 years. I think we're approaching 800 videos on the channel.
Insane.
Which is so insane. We're
just the little guys.
Yeah, we've done so much content, but we're still a smaller channel in comparison to the channel we're on right now.
Yeah.
Like we're nobody. But we've done so many different types of videos. We've done talking head videos, green screen videos,
game hunting
videos. Yeah. Our bread and butter, though, is this format, sitting down, talking. My favorite video to film, at least, is when we just have a discussion-based video.
Yeah.
Like, we come up with a unique topic. That's when I think our channel does the best, is when we think of a unique topic no one's ever talked about, and we just kind of shoot the shit, or shoot the breeze, in PG, shoot the breeze. It's just fun because it's not scripted. We just have an idea in our heads, and we can go for like 15 minutes.
Yep.
And I think the gift to gab is kind of, I like it. I like our banter. I like what happens, and those are fun to film. They're pretty easy to edit as well, but I think those are my favorite.
My favorite, because I am a guy that lives with a chip on my shoulder.
Ooh, okay.
And I'll never forget. I can almost remember each one of them to the point of the exact words they said of, do these guys actually play games? So guess what my favorite videos are? The worst performing videos on the channel. Yeah. And I know they're always going to do poor. I like doing our no death run videos.
Yeah, no death runs, which we have a couple on the channel.
For everybody that makes that comment, read your own mail. Have you no death ran? Contra Hardcore?
Oh!
We
got it! Oh!
Yes! Have you no death ran some of the games that we've no death ran?
Jackal.
Contra Alien Wars. Just stop with your negativity. So those are the videos that I like putting our money where our mouth is. Like, we've been playing games for a lot of years.
Yes.
We didn't just start a channel to talk about video
games. Those videos they're in a way easy to film, but you have to do so much prep work before you film.
For sure.
Because you have to be dialed in, and if you don't get it, you have to start over.
Yeah.
So it sucks. But man, I remember Contra Hardcore is still the biggest gaming badge in my life.
Yeah.
Co-op NDRing that was such a big deal. And then we post a video and it does pour, and I'm just like, hey, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
I am proud of what we did and how we did it, and I'd like to see you try.
Yeah. It's you shouldn't, if you do YouTube, don't get too involved in the comments. And I typically don't. But those comments that say, do these guys even play games? Make me want to say, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
How you doing? Keep it moving.
For me, I really love making shop vlogs. And if you've ever watched my content, the majority of what I do is just hanging around in my shop and, filming the day-to-day of like trade-ins and repairs and just general information. I really like to teach people about this stuff, like just retro gaming in general, so if I can teach you something in my videos, I feel like I'm doing something right. So those are my absolute favorite types of videos to make.
So as much as I love playing video games and uploading Let's Play footage of some of my favorite retro games, my favorite things to upload are actually probably time-lapse videos of some of the consoles I've painted. I spend a lot of time painting consoles. It's a bit therapeutic actually, so I don't mind seeing some time-lapse video footage after I've painted them. Looks pretty cool, all sped up, even though I've spent probably over 10 hours painting some of these consoles. Also, I love getting out there and going to some old retro gaming shops. So I'm always on the hunt to collect old video games, of course, plus old toys. I love collecting McDonald's things from the 90s, including old stuff that they used to have in their stores. Got our hands on a Macca's playground, actually. Plus, I like to collect McDonald's Happy Meal toys from back in the day. So there's some of my favorite things to try and collect. Of course, Simpsons, Turtles, Biker Mice from Mars, some of the cool stuff from the 90s. But those are some of the videos that I love making the most.
My favourite kinds of videos to make are definitely retro game hunts. And that's because being on the markets, being in the shops, seeing all the games, being able to smell the games, which is really odd, takes me back to when I used to go in the likes of Blockbuster, WH Smith's and Woolworths and the local second-hand stores here in the UK, hunting for video games, spending hours looking at screenshots on the back of the Super Nintendo games like Turtles in Time that I recently acquired. It really does get my blood pumping. Now, back in September of last year, I managed to get up to Scotland and film the largest retro game store in the United Kingdom, and I spent 2 days there. We got 3 episodes, and it just filled my soul with joy to be able to document it and take my audience along for the ride. And I have loads more planned, and I get buzzing, I get the adrenaline flowing, even with the planning of a retro game hunt. It really does fill my soul with joy, and I absolutely love it, and I couldn't imagine it any other way. And then when you find a game that you've been looking for and the adrenaline kicks in, the dopamine hits hard, I just find it incredible that we can still relive our childhoods. I'm in my 40s and I'm still living like it's the 90s, but again, I wouldn't have it any other way, and I'm so grateful to have an audience to come along with that nostalgic journey with me. I love it.
Hey there, I'm John, and I am a Gen X grown-up, and that is a challenging question. To pin down one type of video that's my favorite to produce. I've been at this for just over 8 years now, and I've experimented with, everybody does, with a lot of different types of videos. But I think, pretty sure I can narrow it down for Michael. Now, of course, I enjoy doing product reviews, because who doesn't like looking at the latest new shiny thing and exploring it for the first time and finding out what it does right and it does wrong, and recommending or not recommending things to people so they can make informed buying decisions. I find that rewarding. Of course, I do like to do news and editorials and stuff, because those sorts of videos lead to really interesting conversations in the comments, and that's another type of reward, although they're less, interested in your video as they are the topic, which is fine. I mean, get them in the door is the whole thing. But really, I think, lately at least, in the last year or so, is a new video series that I established just over a year ago, I guess, called Friday Plays. And what I do in that video is I choose one vintage game, give a little bit of history about it, explain the rules and the mechanics that you have to read the manual to find out often, describe the options and scoring, and then I do a playthrough. Maybe it's a points run if it's like an arcade game, or maybe show how to solve it if it's, like Adventure or Indiana Jones or something. Depends on the game. But these aren't particularly challenging videos to produce, but I think they've become my favorites because of the sorts of feedback I get from viewers. And specifically, I hear things like, I've never even heard of this game before, and now I'm interested in trying it. That's cool. Or I'll hear, I used to play this, but I never understood it because I got it used and didn't have the manual, and now I'm gonna try it again. That's awesome to hear. Maybe the best, though, are people that tell me about their rituals, where they look forward to see what I play each week, and then they play it themselves that weekend. And I'm like, if you can help gamers discover games they previously overlooked, or better yet, become part of a viewer's routine, as a video production monkey, there's just about nothing as rewarding as an experience as I can imagine as having that kind of impact and importance to someone. It's just great. So over the past year or so, my weekly Friday Plays videos, where I look at a single vintage game, those have become my absolute favorite to make.
Now, when it comes to my favorite videos to make, well, Reggie's answer was a great one. I do really love making the pickups videos. They're a ton of work because we typically capture most of the footage that you see there. So it's a lot of work on the back end, but also we're just hanging out on the couch, being buds and stuff. So that's pretty fun. However, my all-time favorite videos to make on my channel are my travel videos. And it's because they are creative. Like I I don't know exactly what's going to happen when I launch on those adventures. And it's fun to shoot. Usually we have a bunch of iPhones and stuff like that, and maybe some GoPros, capturing our experience on a travel video, and then getting home and kind of digging through literally hundreds, sometimes thousands of clips to make those videos. And from a creative standpoint, or from a creator standpoint, they're a blast to make. It's fun to kind of piece together those videos to try to make a narrative that people will enjoy. And also selfishly, that I'll be able to look back and watch years after I did that trip and go, oh yeah, I remember that moment, It's like putting my home movies out on the internet and I get to share them with you. So I am very grateful that you guys seem to like my travel videos as well, and I will keep doing them as long as I can. But I would love to know what you think down in the comments below. Are you a creator? What are some of your favorite videos to make? What are your, some of your favorite videos to watch? Love to know down in the comments. And also I want to thank the people who helped me make this video. I found all of their answers really interesting, and I love all those creators. I follow them and watch their videos, and you should as well. So I'll put links down to their channels in the video description below. And thank you for watching.